Hey everybody, it's Liz, and I wasn't really planning on doing a video today, but I was at work, and I've been working with Sydney at her salon. I go a couple days a week for just a couple hours. It's all I can really handle, but I was thinking today about the big question that has been bothering me for months now, and well, if we're honest, years. I have always kind of thought of myself as a musician, a singer. That has been part of who I am, like at the core. I remember being little and singing all the time. I sang all through school. It's always been something that has brought me joy and that I felt like I could share with other people. And I can't sing anymore. I mean, I can sing a little bit, but because of the medications that I'm on, I am unable to hold out a long breath. That's part of the pulmonary function stuff of graft versus host. It messes with your lungs and how you breathe. I also, because of the prednisone, I'm unable to hold a tone, a straight tone, which is pretty much how I sang before. I sang with very little vibrato. It really wasn't my style, I would say. And I thought my voice sounded best when I sang with no vibrato. But now I can't hold out notes, and I have a hard time singing anything really high. I can still sing low, but I am working. I'm always working. I'm still trying to sing no matter what. But that has been a huge part of my identity, and I can't do it anymore. Not like I used to. It wasn't hard before. It was easy, and I have to work at it now just to sing a phrase like I would have done before, like it was nothing. Sorry, readjusting here. The other part of myself that I identified with for almost the last 20 years now was being a music teacher. And I really defined myself as a good music teacher. I love teaching. The subject matter, obviously, is close to my heart. And I also love working with kids. They've all brought me so much joy. And even the kids that were hard to teach, that were challenging, that was something I felt like I could tackle. I could attempt to reach those kids, and I could make a difference. And that was, again, a huge part of how I saw myself, was a singer and a music teacher. And then 2019 happened, and for the first year, I fully thought, I believed that I would get better and I would go back to teaching and everything would be just as it was. I would be normal. That didn't happen. Graft versus host happened. And so I took another year off with my hip replacement and recovery. And then I went back to school, and I worked really, really hard to try and be the same teacher I was before. I would say maybe I was 65% of what I was before. So I kind of felt like failure. And it was so hard on my body. I think it was hard on my kids. It made the graft versus host so much worse. I do feel like I taught well. I do feel like I made a difference for those 2 years. But when I had to have the second hip replaced, I had a realization in the summer, and the big question was, if I'm not a singer and I'm not a teacher, who am I? So I've been struggling with this a little bit. Okay, a lot, clearly, a lot. I think maybe I would have felt differently about how this has all gone down if I had a choice, if it was my choice to retire or to change jobs. If it were my choice, I would feel like I had some control, but I don't. I feel like it's been taken from me. And instead of wallowing in my own self-pity, because clearly that does not help anybody at all, I'm trying to look ahead. The hardest part, though, is when I think back to before I was diagnosed. I was so happy. I was content. I felt fulfilled. I really think I was at the top of my game, my career. I'd been published. I was Teacher of the Year for ACDA 1 year. I was Teacher of the Year for my school. I was active in all of my organizations, my educational organizations. I really felt like I was going somewhere, and I was really in the prime of my life. I was 39. And with all of that, I had hoped that I would leave behind a legacy, and that there would be generations of kids that would say that they had me as a teacher. I also had a lot of goals. I had a lot of plans. I'm a person that likes to set a goal, and I work really hard to reach those goals. And all of a sudden, I had to choose what I'm going to do. What are my goals now? I like to think of myself as someone who is constantly evolving and pushing myself. So the fact that I'm not working anymore has been really difficult for me because I just don't know what to do to define myself. I have notes here, by the way, because I was really thinking about this today. I kind of wonder if I should just retire from teaching altogether because there is no cure for graft versus host. Should I just take time off? What's the best option for me? So I'm working through that. I'm also struggling with feeling internal peace. I want to be comfortable in my own skin again. As I look at this video, I saw somebody yesterday that I knew before I had cancer, and I went up and I said, "Hey, how are you doing? It's so nice to see you." She didn't recognize me, and we were friends. We are friends. But I don't look the same anymore. And so I'm relearning how to love the body that I have. I can't stand this moon face from the prednisone. So I'm working on that. That's part of, I think, how I'm going to figure out who I am and what I'm going to do with myself. I'm looking for my next challenge, my next adventure. Right now, I'm just focused on the girls. I want to be there for all three of them, do what I can for them, be the best mom I can be for them. So right now, they're my priority, and I'm doing my best to take care of my family. I'm really scared to try something new. I'm afraid of failure, but I mean, I fail at all things all the time. It's not that big a deal. But I'm afraid of this next chapter in my life. I don't know what it looks like. But I am also trying to give myself some grace and forgiveness. I can't control this. And I'm going to focus on what I can control. And I'm going to go with the flow. I'm also going to find out what I can do and focus on those things instead of what I can't do anymore. And I know this honestly is the hardest part, is my physical appearance and what my body is doing to me. So I am really going to focus on giving my body a little grace and remembering all the things that it has done, that it's been amazing. I have done some amazing things with my body. I have 3 beautiful girls, and I wouldn't trade them for the world. So anyway, long story short, I don't know who I am anymore, but I'm figuring it out, and I'll keep you updated. Have a great day.